Hello and welcome to a review of the IBUS. This is gonna be like full review of every function of what the IBUS can do. Trust me, I've been driving this. I've been driving the bus for a long time, maybe like 5 years, and trust me, there are a lot of things that I will show you today that you probably have not even gone through yourself, depending on how long you joined in service. But without further ado, we'll start from the left here. So on the left here we have some buttons. We have some buttons down here. We have your dial pad. We have some buttons here as well. So at the moment you can't do much with, apart from logging in your details and logging off settings. Well, you can't sign on to IBUS, so you don't have the password. You can actually adjust your brightness. Well, that's good. And here we have a button to call control, so that's our controller. We have a button here to speak to your passengers, your PA system. You got an SMS button here to send a direct message to either TFL or your controller. We got code blue to call Centercom, and we have code red, which is for emergencies. So if you're in an emergency, you should press this button, as you have to hold it down for 3 seconds to get your call dispatched to whoever is going to receive your call. So looking at the screen, nothing much is going on here. So I mean, technically the only thing we can do now is probably log in a few details. So I'm just, like on bank holidays, you get duties that don't actually sync with your IBUS. It will sync with your ETM, but it won't sync with your IBUS. So you're logged in your details into your ticket machine, but your broadcast is not, the IBUS that are meant for the passengers isn't like showing any information or just being blank, right? I'm just going to do an example here. So this is kind of like a scroll key, up and down, or action button, stuff like that. So let's see. So garage, new cross. So if you want to get your N, you have to, if you want to use the alphabets, you have to keep pressing till you get your alphabets. So we're just going to cancel that with the escape button. So we've got escape, we've got enter, so we're going to escape. So let's just say 36. Running number, let's say, number that doesn't exist, let's say 25, and we'll just say 111, right? So obviously it's going to load out. So this is what you're going to get. There's no timetable, but there's route variant there. You see it? So what you can actually do is you can actually press the route variant, and it will tell you that you want to go from Queen's Park to New Cross, or New Cross to Queen's Park. So if you say from New Cross to Queen's Park, your bus stops are going to load up. So it's going to tell you depart now, but we're not going to depart now because IBUS might be monitoring what is going on here. So we're going to cancel. So you hear that?
To Queen's Park.
So right now you have no headway, obviously, or QSI, but at least your IBUS will alert passengers to let them know where or what bus stop they're at. So yep, we're going to cancel that one. We're going to log off. Boom. Okay. So let's log in our real details now. So we're on a night bus. I'm going to put cancel. I'm going to put your garage. Click for your route. Operation. And trip is 10. So now your ticket machine should sync. Oh, because I haven't logged into my ticket machine, so let's do that as well. So yeah, so you see, so that's vanished now. So we're logged into the ticket machine and also to IBUS. So this is what you should see. So we're through with this. You know, that's your controller. Speak to your passengers, code blue. An emergency, you need to hold this down for 3 seconds in order to get your call dispatched to Centercom or whatever emergency services it goes to. So now let's talk about the SMS button here. If you click that, trust me, I've been driving the bus for a long time. I have never ever gone past this screen. So we have please call me, yes, no, delay for break, toilet break, right? So I've never gone past this screen. Okay, so if you're going to send a message to TFL or to your controller, you can use just, you know, press any of these. So you can either click your delay for toilet break. Maybe if your radio isn't working, you might have to send a message. So if he asks you a message, a question via radio, you might have to respond via yes or no. Then you have please call me. Maybe you've tried to call and there's no response, you can actually send a message. So now this is where it gets interesting. So if you click down here, click this button, you're going to see fare evasion. So I was having a conversation with my colleague and she said you could actually message TFL to let them know that you have people invading their fare, like not paying for their fares and stuff. So if you're a passenger that uses the London bus service, you have to bear this in mind, that a driver at any given point in time can actually press that button and send a message to TFL. So I mean, that's just for you guys to be aware, because I mean, it's there. So imagine if the driver presses fare evasion, TFL might get the message and send a team of revenue to a certain location and try to like sort out whoever has been naughty. So just have that in mind. Then we have parking, we have criminal damage, and we have rough sleepers. This one is obviously for we night bus drivers, like, you know, when we have sleepers on our bus and we're trying to wake them up, and some of them are just being, you know, a pain. So sometimes we might need to use that as well, maybe to notify TFL if we can't get through to them or speak to them as well. Then we have depart now, departing now. Arrived at point, clear to continue, repeat your last message. Unable to transmit radio, unable to receive radio messages, lost property, awaiting assistance. Yep. Then we have mechanical problem. I don't know what that is. Okay, mechanical problem should mean there's a problem with the bus, but you can proceed. I think that's what it means. Then mechanical problem unable means that you're completely, you know, stuck. You're not moving anywhere. They will have road closed ahead. You have road closed ahead. And we have advised weather at this location. Then we have ETM defective. So that's your electronic ticket machine defective. So your ticket machine completely is defective. So you're going to send a message, yep. Then you got RTD defective. So your card reader. So your ETM is working. You can log in. You can, you know, do curtailments and other stuff, but you can't actually charge your passengers. So yeah, I think that's what that RTD defective means. Announcement error on your OBNSS. So I think the announcement error on your IBUS, maybe, you know, calling out bus stops to your passengers, your bus is obviously saying something else. So I think that's what it is. Bus in road traffic collision, RTC. Exchange details. So I think /fit to means you're fit to proceed. Bus in RTC, injury / major bus. So that means obviously you have injury in your bus, you have an accident and you have this injury. So obviously you're not gonna be able to go anywhere. So yeah, we've got heavy traffic and we have heavy loadings. So maybe your controller is calling you and like, driver, you're running late, what's the problem? And maybe you're trying to get to him and you can't communicate. You can obviously send a message and say heavy loading. That is it for this section, right? So you press your home button and you go back to your main screen again. So here we have 5 buttons here, right? So obviously we have our login, log off, settings. You can't log in obviously because you need a password. Then you have your brightness, right? So we're going to go home and we have curtailment. So curtailment with timetable. So if you don't have your duty card on you and you don't know when you're meant to depart, so sometimes you don't really technically you don't need to call the controller technically, but because if you press your with timetable, it will actually tell you what trip and it actually tell you your timetable. So this bus is meant to depart at 2:41 and when you're meant to arrive Queen's Park, which is 2:30. So if you scroll down, well, you can scroll down. So I think when we get to the other side, okay, no, so actually you see, so that's when we're meant to depart Queen's Park, 04:29. So that's helpful as well. So you see, because I got 2 trips, I got trip 10, which is up there, trip 10, and I got trip 13, and I got departure time. So I've got departure time, arrival time, departure time, arrival time. So yeah, that can be helpful as well. So then we have curtailment. So apparently there's no curtailment. So hey, drivers, you know what to do if you're in that situation. We're gonna go home. Okay, I'm just logging up my ticket machine. So we got this sign here that says bus. So I think this is the IBUS. Passengers, of course, they also have their own IBUS. So that's where you have announcing your bus stops or whatever is going to happen to the bus, either the bus is terminating or move down the bus or space available upstairs, stuff like that. And also the screen as well, because the screen displays your bus stops, the time and the route, so you can actually control that. So back to that screen where you can't curtail, you don't have any list of curtailment points. I mean, back in the day, there's a new button here. So if you press this button, so it's going to display. So that means it's going to turn off your display. So that means your passenger's IBUS isn't going to like display anything. It's going to be blank. So if you're supposed to go a full mileage and you're given a curtailment, I mean, you can actually, so instead of the bus still saying the full destination, while your blinds is showing a different destination. So you might get passengers come to you like, yeah, but but the bus is saying you're going full destination, but you're like, no, my blinds actually says where I'm going to, not what you're listening to. So that can bring a few, can bring a little bit of conflict, but I don't think you're allowed to switch off your display anyways. So we're going to leave it back on. So just make sure you leave it back on, finish your journey or whatever, explain to your passengers, give them a hotel ticket, and apologize. Of course, there's really nothing you can do about it. The system, it is what it is. The vehicle information. So this is what you hear. This is for the passengers for your passengers if you want to like terminate your bus.
This bus terminates here. Please take your belongings with you.
Or you want to say,
this bus is on diversion. Please listen for further announcements.
Or you want to say,
the destination of this bus has changed. Please listen for further information. If you made an Oyster or contactless payment card fare, Please see the driver to request a transfer voucher to continue your journey.
Or you can say
Closed circuit television is in operation on this bus.
so all your passengers are going to listen, they're going to hear that. So everyone, your passengers, knows what's going to happen. So if you say bus is ready to depart,
This bus is ready to depart.
yeah, they know that the bus is ready to depart. You know what I mean? Like, if you go to...
The bus will wait here whilst the drivers change over.
So the bus is going to wait while the bus changes over, the drivers change over. So yeah, they're aware of that. So that is the passengers' IBUS. That's what the passengers get. But you actually send the message to them and they're actually aware of what's about to happen. And next we have... Go to home. Yes, we have volume, obviously. we know this when those calls come in and it's so loud and blast your eardrums. You can either reduce your volume down or up, or down or up. I think you can also use this as well. Okay, no, you can't. But use that to navigate and use that to control your volume. My hands are killing me holding this camera. I need to get a stand for this. I didn't expect this to be that difficult, but hey, what we do for YouTube, So the last one, I think the last one here is just these buttons. So you're on this screen, you have these buttons. So obviously, if a passenger comes to you and asks you for a bus stop, I mean, I've driven so many routes. Like the only route I know every single bus stop is the 453. So I'm on the 36, and trust me, I don't drive 36 often, but I definitely don't know all bus stops. So if anyone comes, like your passenger comes to you and asks you, like, do you go to this bus stop? You want to be sure. You don't want to say no and passenger finally gets to his destination on the same route and files a complaint to TFL. You know what I mean? Like, no driver is ready for that stress. But what you can do is you can actually use this button to scroll up. I mean, most of us know this anyways. You can use this button to actually look for what bus stop the person wants. You can scroll up, you can scroll down, So that's for up, that's for down, and that's for up. I don't know if this is gonna work. I hope it's gonna work. Okay, so I wiped that. So you can actually use this button right here. You can actually use that to highlight a bus stop, right? So you don't miss it. So you see, it's just going to stay highlighted. So you can just keep track of where you are in terms of your search. Yeah, so yeah. So I think that is it. I don't think I'm missing anything else. Well, if I missed anything, just be sure to leave it in the comments. I don't think there's anything else that we need to talk about here, but that's been it. I hope you learned something today. Well, if you didn't need to learn anything today, and of course you're an OG, but if you learned anything today, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new as well. That'll help me push making these YouTube videos. And yeah, I will see you guys at the next video. Have a good day, guys, and peace.
36 to New Cross Gate. This bus terminates here. Please take your belongings with you. This bus is on diversion. Please listen for further announcements. The destination of this bus has changed. Please listen for further information. If you made an Oyster or contactless payment card fare, please see the driver to request a transfer voucher to continue your journey. The next bus stop is closed. Please move down inside the bus. Seats are available on the upper deck. Please move upstairs. Closed circuit television is in operation on this bus. The driver will open the doors as soon as it is safe to do so. Please stay with your buggy for your child's safety. The bus will wait here whilst the drivers change over. Customers are required to make space for a wheelchair user. The bus will wait while this happens. The driver has been instructed to wait at this bus stop for a short time to help even out the service. This bus is ready to depart. A customer needs the wheelchair priority area. Please make space. For your safety, please don't stand on the upper deck or stairs.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your driver speaking. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And like the video as well if you enjoyed it. Thank you.